Hello and welcome to Panty the Geeks. You join us again for I think which will probably be our second video for the day for the Stormcast Eternals and the new releases from Games Workshop for Age of Sigmar. Here we have the Knigth Azyros box, which comes in a box, probably because of the wings. If he's anything like the Prosecutors, which videos should already be up if I've put them up in the right order, but don't quote me on that. Or the Knigth Venator. There he is. That's the other option. This. So on the other side of the box we have the Knigth Venator. Here he is.
It's actually Knigth Venator.
Venator. I just decided to put with a few more letters in that. Look.
He's decided to rebrand him.
I think mine sounds better. Okay, so we're going to build this guy. Because I like the bird and I like the fact he's got a bow and it's a bit different. They've got loads of dudes with sword and I've got another dude with a lantern on the foot. So, as cool as this model actually is, because I do like him, don't get me wrong, I like this one a bit more.
Yeah, it looks interesting with the little bird. It's
like 40%, 60%, so we're going with that. Just because it's got the bird, I think, that's what sells it. I like the bow on its own, but then with the bird, yeah, that's done. Bird is the word. Right, so let's open this up. Let's hope that it's in good condition. You've seen the Prosecutors video, it's a little bit damaged. Nothing I couldn't fix. Not a game breaker. Okay, let's keep it secret to the last second. Okay, so here we are. Here is the sprue.
Just the one?
Yeah, just one sprue.
Okay.
It's just because it's too big to go in a blister pack, because normally one guy will go in a blister pack, but these wings are massive. And they look like they're intact as well.
They do actually,
At first glance, anyway. Nice. That's good. So we have everything on there I think we're going to need, I hope. We've got the bird here. There he is. And there's the other part of the bird. It kind of looks like a phoenix to me. It's some sort of star bird though, it's called.
Alright.
We have the bow, which is cool. It's probably cooler than the other bows. It's very ornate. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it is more. And then we have the two different sort of heads. We've got that one. And there should be another one there. So, we will start to put this together. And I'm hoping that's a shoulder pad that goes on this guy because it looks amazing. It's like an eagle as opposed to a lion. I've just noticed it there.
Yeah, I think it does actually.
That's cool. That's another selling point for him. I like him. Right, so let's make a start. So we've got a big base on here. I don't know what size that is. It's bigger than a Terminator base though. It's the size up from that, whatever that is. I can't remember. Is it 60mm? 50mm? What are we on? It'll be 50mm, won't it? Terminator base is a 40. This will be 50. Yeah. And we have instructions here. And we have 1 to 3 as the dude with the lantern. And we have 1 and 2 and then 4 as the Knigth Venator. Vent. The Knigth Vent for chatting to your friends while you play video games. So let's begin. Okay, so we have on this guy, we have part 1, which is this bit here, which connects to part 2. Part 2, which is this bit, which is part of the body. And then we have these like paper, whatever they're called, giant purity seals going around and down to the base, which is there. So those two parts fit together, much like that. Claire always laughs at me when I can't do this. Just try to fit it in, it worked. Yeah. Goes together like that, kind of. Okay, so these two parts go together, and they go together like that, with the belt connecting to the middle part there. Like so.
Okay. Stop laughing now.
Thank you. And then we have part 4, which is the other leg, which goes on there when it's glued on. And then part 3, which is the other leg, which will go on there, like that. and then those two parts will connect to the base, because part 2 and part 4 have both got these papery things that stick to the base to make it look like he's flying. So I'm going to get it to this stage, because those bits look like they go together fairly easily, and I'll be back with you if there's any problems. Okay, so here are the parts together. You can see the bottom 2 parts not lying in the middle, but they almost fit together perfectly. And then this papyrus thing of Sigma comes around the back onto that and around, so it does fit onto the back though. Then that goes onto the base. So I'm going to glue that to the base and then we can continue. Okay, so next up we have the wings, which consist of 5, 7 and 6 there. So the wings are 5 and 7, the middle part is, sorry, the middle part is 5, the wings are 7 and 6. And they go on a bit like the prosecutors did. If you saw the prosecutor video, they go on these little hinge type things, which means you can position the wings at different angles. So you can have them well back, out of the way, or you can have them out to make like a full sort of impressive wingspan, or you can have them sort of in the middle, a bit like they are in this picture, like that. So we're going to get those bits together. Okay, to show you what I mean, that's part 5. It has these 2 little hinge bracket bits at the side, and then we have this wing here, which if you look, it's got 2 little holes there. That fits on and around, and you can bend it. So you've got a certain amount of give on that, so you just glue it in the position that you want it in. Let's bring the other one on. That's here. There we go. So you can have it as far back as that really if you wanted to. Or you can fan them out a bit. Probably the bit there would look pretty good.
That looks cool actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll stick some glue on that, get it into position, and then we shall move on. Okay, so the astute of you amongst you may have noticed I did dry fit the wings the wrong way around, but there we are, the correct way around. So the arc oval like that, that's the back, that's the front which connects to the body. So we'll let them dry fully. So while they're doing that we can move on. So we moved on to part 4 of the instructions. And we have the body here, this bit here, which connects to arm 19, which is this little part there. And then onto that will go the bow, which is part 20, which looks cool. And then the other arm is part 21, which goes on the other side, which is there. So we'll fit the weapon on and I'll be back with you. Okay, so there's the weapon and the arms on, which is pretty easy. There's little grooves and little bits. There's a little bit just underneath this arm, which fits the arm part into a groove, which puts it in the correct place. That's got a groove down the middle of that one. And the bow, where it connects as well, has got a groove across, which will make it fit into the right position. So that makes it a bit easier to stick together. I like that. That's cool. So next up we have part 8, which is the shoulder pad, part 25, which is the eagle head shoulder pad, which looks amazing. We have a quiver with some arrows in, which is part 22, and we have the head, which is part 17 and part 18. So I'm going to stick it together up to this point because it seems pretty straightforward, and I'll be back with you if there's any problems. Okay, just so you know, the little covery part, there's a bit on the belt and like a little plug on this bit which pushes it in there, and it goes down on the back there. Shoulder pads go on pretty straightforward. The joint on this shoulder pad's further forward than normal, just to be aware of. So then it meets the back of that arm greave, which is coming out to the pointy bits. And that is a very cool shoulder pad, which looks even more like the Emperor of Mankind. It does, because it's an eagle.
Yeah.
Which brings them even closer to the Emperor. Fair enough. So put the head on, which is 70 and 80, and then I'll be back with you for the next part. So here is the head together, which is friggin' awesome. Now I've seen it, as Claire pointed out to me. It makes an eagle's sort of cap there, and this bit going back looks like a wing. It's amazing. Underneath there's a little square peg which fits into the square peg that's on the body. But I just thought I'd show you this head as close as I can if the camera will focus. And a little sort of eagle cap he's got. I think that was pretty cool actually. Just to show you where we're up to. There we go. He's on at a slight angle the head. That's pretty cool. It does let you get into painting and stuff. It does look pretty cool. So moving on to this starbird thingamajig, Phoenix, what's it? So we've got parts 24 and 23, which is basically the bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And those bits seem to connect straight onto the parchment bit somehow. So I'll have to figure that bit out. So let's do that. Okay, so there's the bird on its own, which on its own is very cool. I like that. There it is. So if you're not making this model, you're going to have this spare. I think this guy would make a really cool Sorcerer's Familiar. Especially Tzinch or something as well. Because he kind of does look a bit...
Tzinchy.
Especially the way he's got this sort of like stuff coming off him. Looks more than like feathers. It's like some sort of star radiance. So that apparently goes on around this side. And he sort of hooks on somehow. Can't really see how. The thing is, I'm not going to stick him on yet. I think he goes on about there. Because he's just underneath. I think he goes on around where these spots are. I think he goes a bit like that. But I'm not going to stick him on because I want to paint him separately. Because he's going to be very difficult to paint once he's stuck down. And these are going to be almost impossible to paint once he's there. So I'm going to have to paint him separately. But I think he goes on like that because his tail sort of comes around as well. So if you have a look at it. Yeah, it's like the claw which goes on there. Which puts him sort of flying underneath the guy. Which is pretty cool actually. Makes him all more dynamic. But I won't be able to show you that because I need to paint him first. So we shall put the last bit on, which is the wings, which you saw earlier. And then just go on to this little back nodule. Which is just like the protector models. Prosecutor models, sorry. Call them protectors for some reason. Don't know why.
You've had a name for each one,
I
haven't
have.
you?
I don't like the names. It's the biggest thing I don't like about the names. So here we are.
Wow.
So let me bring the camera into that position. So there he is. And the sad bird is there. I'm very impressed with this model.
Definitely. It's very dynamic.
I like it a lot, actually. I can see we get another one to make the other version, just because I like this one so much. I think this is the best of the two. It's the most unique. Because all the other characters don't have ranged weapon. Well, they've got ranged abilities, but not really a ranged weapon like this. It looks like a ranged weapon. So there we go. I just think he looks a bit different from the others.
I think they've really thought about him.
Yeah, I like the eagle iconography on his arm and on his helmet. It looks very cool.
That's what I was going to say. I think they've really thought about this model and put a lot of nods into it being very bird-like, very, you know, in flight and stuff.
It's a really nice touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that'll go on round about there, by the looks of it. So it's just like flying around underneath him. That's very cool. But I'm going to have to paint that separately. So unfortunately I won't be able to show that stuck on. But that's it. That looks very cool. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us out loads if you do. As I said, there's a video on the prosecutors, which should already have gone up. And there's also a video on the battle tomb coming up as well, which is probably the third video that goes up. And it'll probably be the longest because we're going to go through it all and have a look at what's there and what isn't. So thanks for watching, and I hope you join us soon.
Thanks very much.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye for now. So just as an addendum, Claire's just spotted on the tail of the bird there's an imprint of the word from the scroll here, which then sticks on.
You've got to really look very closely at it. It's very hard to see. Might not pick up on camera.
Straight into the camera then. Bang. Yeah. Sorry, got it in 3D nearly then. But there you go. So that should go on to the imprint back here. But I'll find that when I glue it on. And so, again, take care. See you later.
Bye.